Hello. It's Dr. Jatun and I am back for day 9. As you know, we're going to wait for the audience to build on this beautiful Saturday. While we're waiting on that, I am, of course, going to share this out on my various platforms. And if you're joining, I hope you will do the same because sharing is caring. Right? So make sure that you are indeed sharing this out to your folks. Say hello as you join, as you come in, and make yourself comfortable in my virtual home. And welcome. Welcome to day 9. If you have not been tuning in, that will let you know that you've been missing out. So there are 8 previous videos prior to today that you need to make sure you catch so that you can join us in this 30-day productivity challenge. And as I always say, the challenge isn't just for me, it's for us, right? So I need you to show up too. And that's why it's important to catch up. But as soon as I get this shared out and the audience builds here on Facebook, we will get started. So while I'm doing that, again, get comfortable on this beautiful Saturday in your fave spot in the house so you can chime in, give me some heart love, give me some thumbs up, all that good stuff. So this can be an interactive conversation here. So if you're out there, say hello, share this out, and we will get started momentarily. So who's out there? Marlon, I can count on you to say something cray-cray every time you join. Thanks for the laughter. Is that hairdo a tribute to Janet Jackson Control? Now you're going to have me Googling her album cover because I don't recall the hairstyle she had for that album cover. But okay, I'll take that. I love me some Janet, so I'm okay. We can go with me channeling my Janet, my inner Janet. I'll take that. Marlon, make sure you share this out. Get your folks on because we are on principle 9 of the 30-day challenge, right? So, as you know, I'm sharing this out. I'm almost done with that and we'll get started here shortly. If you haven't already, say hello. If you've joined, if you tuned in, if you pop in and you pop out, still say hello because I want to show you some love. I want to thank you for joining, even if it's just for a brief moment. I know it's Saturday. We got a lot of things going on. So it means a lot for you to drop by, even if momentarily. Okay, I think I've gotten it out. Yes. Okay, so we are good to go on sharing, at least from my perspective. So I hope that you are doing the same. And for those of you who are just now joining me, if you're catching the replay even, I want to make sure that I introduce myself because you may not even know who I am, right? I am Dr. Jatun Dorsey. I'm an Amazon bestselling author, a speaker, life and business coach, professor, corporate chick, all that good stuff, right? Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure I did this 30-day challenge. Again, this challenge isn't just for me to go live, but it's also for me to challenge you to increase your productivity while maintaining peace of mind, which pulls me right into discussing the book, right? Intentional Living, my book that was released earlier this year, 30 Productivity Principles for Increasing Peace of Mind. When the book initially launched, of course, I shared some recorded videos for each of the principles that are discussed in my book. But this go round, I wanted to make sure that I did this live, right? Live and in color. Who was it? Not Goody Mob. Was it Outkast? What they say, you can't afford not to record. So either way, if it's pre-recorded or live, I just want to make sure that I come on and share some good principles that you can quickly implement in your life, right? These are some tried and true principles that I've applied in order for me to achieve the success that I have in all those many aspects of my life that I mentioned before, in addition to love and business and many other perspectives. So these principles are things that you can apply at any point for any reason in your life, right? So we all want to be successful, but we all have different goals. We have various aspirations. But these, again, are principles that can apply to many variations of life and for a variation of people as well. So with that being said, I want to also tell you that at the very end, if you stick around, you'll get some more details about some ways to work with me, right? If you need a speaker, if you need a panelist, if you need a coach, if you just any way that you can connect with me, continue to build a relationship with me and or work with me and partner with me in the future as well. So hopefully that'll give you enough reason to stick around, right? Because there's some good stuff that I'm going to share. So as I mentioned, this is a 30-day challenge, which means that every day for 30 days, I'll be doing a live, regardless of where I am and what time, right? So you'll just have to catch me or catch the replay. It's always going to be a replay. But in the past 8 days, we've talked about several different topics that you'll have to indeed catch up with, because as the title of my book says, Intentional Living, these principles were intentionally outlined in the order of which that they were in my book. So with that being said, I hope that you will go back, catch up, catch the replays, and then join me now, right? So even if you're joining right now, don't feel like you have to drop and go catch up before you listen to this one. That's not what I'm saying. Stick around, but then you can also go back and catch the replay so you can prepare for tomorrow, okay? But for the first section of the book, which is called Shift Your Mindset, right? That section had 7 principles included, and we talked about all of those. And again, these are building blocks, right? So shifting your mindset starts with your mind, the way that you're thinking, reframing your negative thoughts, because we need to start in our mental space before we can truly change our physical state, right? So that's why the book starts with shifting your mindset. And within that section, we talked about creating capacity. Not feeling accomplished by mere intention. Distractions are like contractions. Developing rituals. Closed mouths don't get fed. Do more than get it. Keep it. And it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. So I know those are some topics that you're probably like, I wonder what that's all about. Well, 2 things, 2 options. Either you can, as I already mentioned, go back and listen to the replays, or you can get your own copy. I mean, you got options. So if you want to follow along, which I really recommend you doing, because after each principle are questions, right? Productivity ponder. So this is more to get you in gear, to get you in action, to get you doing some things that are talked about in each of the principles, right? So beyond you getting motivated, beyond you being inspired and empowered, this is getting you into action to where you're actually documenting what it is that you need to do in order to implement that principle that was shared. So that's some good stuff there. So as of yesterday, we moved into the second section of the book, which is called Don't Fail to Plan. Don't fail to plan. We've already heard that one before, right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I don't want you guys planning to fail. So in this section, we're going to talk about how can we align, now that we've gotten our thoughts reframed and we're now moving towards positive and high vibrations in life in general. Now we're going to figure out our plan. So we're starting with the end in mind. So in order for you to get your plan straight and align with your goal, you have to know what the end result is that you anticipate. So then in that section yesterday was the first principle, and we talked about asking the right questions in order to get the right answer, right? So today is don't reinvent the wheel. Don't we do this all the time? I know I've done it before, right? So even in instances where we're starting businesses, right? Or we're starting families, or getting into a relationship, whatever those things are, as I've mentioned, any topic relates to love, life, and business. So, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Whatever piece it is that you can quickly apply to your life is what you need to take from these discussions, right? So when we talk about reinventing the wheel, so when it comes to us wanting to try new things, wanting to explore and go beyond what we're accustomed to, oftentimes we feel like we have to go at it alone, right? We feel like we have to really figure it out on our own. We got to get behind the closed doors and grind. Okay, grinding is good, but we don't want to just waste time just to be wasting time and be prideful because we don't want to ask questions, right? So typically there's nothing new under the sun. The Bible says that, right? So if there's nothing new under the sun, that means that even these ideas that we feel like are so unique and innovative, somebody has probably already done that, right? And it may not be exactly the way that you have implemented in your life or in your business or in your love, but somehow, some way, it has some similarities, right? So it's ideal for you to make the right connections, for you to build the right relationships. And when we talk about building relationships, that reminds me too, you want to nurture before you need, right? I'm going to say that one more time. Nurture before you need. So all too often we feel like just because we need it, that's when we go out and reach out to these people when you haven't said a word to them all year, right? I'm just saying, think about that from the reverse. If someone came and asked you for whatever, money, $5, I don't care whatever it is, but you're wondering, okay, wait a minute, but I ain't heard from you since 2005. Now, a kind-hearted person will probably just go ahead and do what they, if they find their heart to do it, then that's fine. But I'm saying to you, being your coach on this virtual live, that in order for you to be able to depend on and ask for the help you need, use the time that you currently have to nurture those relationships so that when you do need them, right, it's a reciprocation. It's not just you pulling from them. So back to the reinventing the wheel, even though we've been on that topic the entire time, but I wanted to plug that in so that when we talk about reaching out to your resources or pulling resources, that's what I mean, right? So those relationships that you have been nurturing are the ones that you want to leverage. Those relationships with people that you are continuing to remain in contact with and you're offering help back to them, those are the ones that you want to leverage, right? So whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life, determine exactly that end result, right? What is that thing again we talked about? Starting with the end in mind. What is that thing in the end that you want to achieve? And then as you backen yourself into that plan, who are some people that I have connections with that may have already achieved this or may have this expertise that I can leverage and connect with? So those are some things that we talk about in principle number 9 or chapter number 9. When we talk about don't reinvent the wheel, we get so stressed out and overwhelmed because we feel like we got to figure it out all on our own. But again, somebody somewhere has already done it. They got some type of expertise, some type of knowledge, and maybe even people that you know that have a connection outside of them, right? So maybe 3 degrees of separation, but you know someone to get you started towards those resources that you need. So let's leverage that and let's stop getting overwhelmed, stressed out, because again, if you've heard my previous lives, you know that I particularly love to coach individuals who are parallelpreneurs, who are wanting to launch their business. So maybe you've already launched your business and you're kind of stuck as far as where to go for the next level. And then you want to skillfully manage your time so that you can successfully continue to fulfill all the responsibilities in your career and also live out your passion in a stress-free zone. So in order to be in a stress-free zone, we've got to make sure that we are productive. We've got to make sure we got a plan. We got to make sure that we got some things in line and we are clear about our vision and our ultimate goal. Because we get into things and we don't really know what the requirements are, what the responsibilities really mean. But we just want to do it because it's a title associated or there's some type of popularity that may be associated with it, right? So it's time for us to do our due diligence and make sure that those things that we get involved with are in alignment with that end result that we anticipate for our lives. So with that, I'm not going to go into too much more detail because as usual, I want you to make sure you grab your copy of my book. And of course, I will include the link in the description that I'll attach to this video. So make sure that you catch that, click that, and give me some feedback as well. Leave some testimonials and things like that after you start digging into the book and following along, completing the productivity ponders. And I think that it'll be good for you to follow along in the book as we go through these lives each day. So order your book now so you can get it real quick, signed, sealed, and delivered from me, yours truly. I'll make sure I'll get that to you as soon as possible because I want you to win. That is my goal. You are my responsibility. Your success is my responsibility. So that is why I am challenged and committed to doing these lives for 30 days straight, just for you, not just for me, right? So you can probably hear my phone ringing. My mother-in-law is calling me because it is not only a beautiful Saturday. It's not just any regular old Saturday. This is my anniversary. So Mr. Dorsey and I are pretty excited. We got some fun things planned out for today. So I wanted to make sure that I hopped on pretty quick before I got tied up into some things, right? So Before I close out, though, as I mentioned, I want to make sure, speaking of Mr. Dorsey, that you are tuning in to the Date with the Dorseys, because we are doing a podcast that you should be able to access each week, right? We are posting our updated episodes each week, so make sure you catch that. Again, Date with the Dorseys, and we'll be having a competition real soon, so you can actually win a date with the Dorseys. I'm just saying, next year, 2018, is going to be on fire. And that's just one of the things that's coming out. So I need you to tune in and make sure that you are following, you're listening, you are liking, loving, sharing, all that good stuff, because we need you, right? We need you to, thanks, Marlon. Thanks for the happy anniversary, love. We need you guys, your feedback, so we can continue to give you what you need. And speaking of giving you what you need, I also would love for you to participate in the survey that I've been sharing as well. So with that survey, you also have an opportunity to win, right? I love to give away opportunities to win because I love reciprocating, especially if I'm asking you for a favor. And the favor is that you take a couple minutes out of your busy schedule to just answer a few questions, right? 5, 6 questions real quick. Not too much of a stress on you or your time. But if you complete the survey, I'll be providing you an opportunity to win 2 copies, signed, sealed, and delivered from me to you of 2 of my books, right? And one of them will be the one that I am using and discussing in this 30-day challenge. So just saying, a couple minutes out of your day, respond to the survey, because this is going to help me better serve you and others, because I like to get in the kitchen and whip up some things, mix up some ingredients. And I don't want to come out with this cake or this pie that you're just not ready for, right? I might come out with a sweet potato pie, but you wanted a pound cake. So I want to know what it is that you need. So let me hear from you on the survey. Share the survey out. Share this video out. I can't say that too much, right? I can't say that too often because folks do forget. I know I do. So I'm going to be your friendly reminder. Also, the online course, the Intentional Living Institute online course, self-paced, during this 30-day challenge, it's only $5 a month, right? If you sign up now, you'll get this for $5 per month, right? And you can cancel at any time. And this is going to give you some audio, some video, some homework, some tools, some tricks, some treats, right? That you can actually delve into, download copies of, and actually use in your love, life, and business. So I encourage you to do that as well. Sign up. And ask me questions if you have any about that as well. And last but not least, we've been talking about the Intentional Living book that I released earlier this year, but I also have to mention the Intentional Living, the anthology, right? That is coming out in 2018. We are actively working to get this thing out, and we are on track for early 2018 a release, right? These co-authors are sharing some lived experiences of challenges that they've overcome in life, right? By being intentional. So they're sharing their stories about how they arrived at challenges and how they overcame those challenges by being intentional. So these are going to be some opportunities for you to read stories that may be the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. So I hope that you are following so you can hear and learn more about that. The co-authors, just as I think it was yesterday, started pushing out some little teasers, right? So hopefully you are following me and you're seeing those teasers that I'm being tagged in by the co-authors, and you'll see some posts from me. So continue to follow, continue to like, love, share, right? Because this is going to be another something that you just do not want to miss out on. So I hope that this has been another beneficial, informational, transformational, inspirational, but yet actionary discussion with you today. I hope this is giving you some insight on some things that you can quickly implement. As I always say, I love to motivate, I love to inspire, empower, but more than anything, I want you to move. I want you to get into action, and consistently. So that's what the importance of connecting with me is. I drive action. Not just looking pretty, not just, making things look pretty on paper. No, let's make some things happen, because that's the only thing that is going to manifest the best in our lives. And we may have all these dreams, these goals, but thinking about it don't get you to the end result. I'm just saying. So thank you all for tuning in for day 9, principle number 9. We are almost to 10. I'm just saying we're going to continue to push through this thing despite the holidays, despite the weather, whatever it is. And wherever I am, I'm going to, at the minimum, post a video to give you whatever the principle is for that day. So I hope you continue to follow, you continue to share, you continue to like, love, and grow together, right? So as your success synergist, that is my job. That's what synergy is all about working together to achieve a common goal. And that common goal for me is the success that you have envisioned for your life. So again, this has been Dr. Jatun Dorsey. Please connect with me. My website there in the lower third there, drjatun.com. You can also follow me on social media at drjatun, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Mouthful, right? Yet another successful principle discussion, day 9 challenge. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.